I hit the wrong button. Hi. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic Tuesday. I hope you're all having a great Wednesday so far today. Shut up, FLCL. I am. I only gotta do one thing. One thing. I only need one thing. Fawn, I'm really glad you slept. Sleep is a hell of a drug. It's incredible. Particularly when you don't realize how much you need a good night's sleep, and then you sleep through the night. Best thing. Morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, finger up. Okay. All right. Anyway, hi. I hope you're all doing well. We're gonna do more Satisfactory today. We're gonna finish phase 2. All we have to do is make 100 automated wiring thingies. So we just got to get stators going and cable, which we have cable going, so we can just hook the cable into the stators and then to the thing, the eliminator that goes up into the sky to deliver things to an Earth that doesn't exist anymore, most likely. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. No stream tomorrow, either here or on Backwards. Lifeboat and I went through all the gifts that we have for the kids for Christmas and realized we really don't have anything. So that's what tomorrow is. I mean, we have stuff, but we don't have like stuff. Like we kept grabbing like random crap, right? Like little stocking stuffers and little things here and there, but like have barely scratched the surface of my daughter's wardrobe suggestions. And we have no idea what to get my son because he's in a weird age. So they only bought for themselves and not the kids. I've barely gotten anything for a Lifeboat. The one thing that I got her that's like decent is delayed, and it's not getting here till Christmas Eve, maybe. So that's cool. Yeah. Anyway, no stream tomorrow because we gotta go do panic shopping, I guess. Get some video games or something. I know my son wants Red Dead 2, so I'm gonna get him Red Dead 2. And I'm going to get him Helldivers 2. You can't buy a physical copy of Helldivers 2. You also can't buy a code card for Helldivers 2. Like, a lot of retailers will just have a card that has a scratch off on the back with a code that lets you download the game. They don't even have those for Helldivers 2. You can only buy it on the Microsoft Store directly. And if you search the Microsoft Store for Helldivers 2, nothing comes up. You have to go to the FPS thing and then browse from there. I hate Microsoft so much. Just so much. Anyway. Your mailed Christmas gift you didn't get out is going to be late? Well, yeah. Yeah. Get him a cheesy Hallmark card with a note about it in there. That's quite literally what is going to happen. Yeah. Charlotte, hello. I gotta take my sweatshirt off. Sweating. Have to do last minute Christmas shopping this weekend as well, yeah. Just like so many random, I don't know. And then, so here's the best part. The best part, their birthdays are in 3 weeks. And we have worked really hard over their lives so far to make sure that, like, there's celebration of their birthdays separately from, like, the holidays. Because that's crappy. And, like, as somebody who grew up sharing the same birth month with all of my brothers, but mine was at the end of the month while the rest of them are at the beginning, they kind of just, it always got lumped into one, and I don't want them to experience that. Plus, their birthdays are very close, so we make sure we celebrate them individually as much as possible. But that's in like 3 weeks. So like we got to get through Christmas, and then we got to figure out what the actual we're going to do for their birthdays. And then like 2 weeks after that is Wife Boat's birthday. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe a gift card to the dispensary. You know? Like at this point. Anyway, all done with buying gifts since today. Even got one for the cat. We're going to get Penny booties for Christmas so she can hate them. It's going to be miserable trying to get her to wear them, but it is miserable trying to take her outside when it's salty and snowy. So, do they make gift cards big enough for that? All right. Let's boot up Satisfactory. Oh. A flight of edibles? She's not big on edibles, actually. I have previously gotten her a flight of like different strains and stuff, and that was all right. There was like 12 different strains or something. I think she ended up liking 2 of them. So, anyway, I gotta think about it. I say that, but like, she just left work with her best friend who works with her, and they're en route. They are en route to the dispensary as we speak, so I guess we might be stocked up for a while. Okay. So yesterday, over on Tugboat Backwards, we basically took the factory that we were building here, we bridged the little gap, and then redid our concrete production. Considered a dispensary as my part-time gig, I have applied, so none of the ones around here are hiring, unfortunately. And I talked to the owner of the local one. They're not going to the local one today. They're going to one a little further away. The owner of the local one was like, yeah, I have like almost 200 apps that if we need somebody, we'll go through. Anyway. Popular spot to try and get a job. Yeah, so we redid our concrete production. We had only 2 constructors making concrete, so now we have 8. So we're making a lot of concrete, which is necessary. At all times is necessary. So we cleaned that up, got that production going, moved the hub where we complete our milestones up into the factory itself. I'm going to move the awesome sink and the MAM and all that stuff into that here. But what we got to do is get automated wiring going. That's going to be the first thing so that can run. Because we're going to make 2.5 per minute. We need to ship 100. So we need stators and cable. So stators are iron pipes and copper wire. We have lots of copper wire going and lots of cable going. Oops, this is all cable. So we have lots of cable. And then this is making copper wire and copper sheets. So we have lots of copper wire. So, iron pipes. Well, it's steel pipes, but we do have an alt recipe for iron pipes, which just lets you make a steel pipe with iron. So, we are going to use some of what we did down here. The other day, Monday, we redid the first line for iron production, and that is all feeding into making reinforced plates. Had you thermos of coffee and a monster? Oh, I forgot coffee. I had an espresso. I ended up getting up at 4 a.m. this morning. Because Penny was crying. And I made myself a quick espresso. I haven't had any. I didn't make any more coffee. I might have to. When I take a break in a little bit, I'm going to pop another espresso in. At least I have water. Put my glasses on. Oh. Alright. Rumor suggests Half-Life 3 will be a Steam Machine launch title. No, it won't. No, it won't. It won't. This is a Mark 1 on a pure node. I should update that to a Mark 2, shouldn't I? Did I make this one a Mark 2? Yeah, right? No? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so I can... Oh, yeah, no. No. Yeah. Wait. No? Yeah. Hello? So that's only using 120, so... I can actually make more smelters off of this one. Pipes. Takes 100 per minute. Alright, maybe not. Well, yeah. That makes 25 per minute. And then we need 15 for stators. Alright, that's fine. So let's do iron pipes off of this guy. Or maybe I'll do it off of this one over here. That actually might be a better. We literally perish. Yeah, that's called a heart condition as well. I just leave this at 120? Or should I... Nah, I'm gonna... Let's make this a Mark II miner. Let me go make a, Actually, I don't know why I'm going over there. I can just do it right here. Another portable miner. Like a real man. That's the end of the sentence you have to put there. Scuzzy. Like a real man. Okay. Production. Miner. I'll have you point that way. Are you still lined up with the hole we made? Okay. That's making 240 per minute. So... let's put this here. Why doesn't... Is that lined up? Wait. No. That is slightly off. I'm gonna have to leave it slightly off, because there's no shot that I can make that not. Boop. 2, 3, and 4. Nudge. Nudgy nudge. Beep, 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 beep. Mama Freya, good morning. Can fit another 4. Beautiful. Okay. 12 years yesterday since you quit smoking? That's awesome, Scuzzy. Congrats. That's awesome. Friday's 6 years sober for me. I don't need that. Let's get these set up. I'm not going to turn these ones on yet. But we'll have them. And we'll have them set up. For that, we can expand our iron production more down the line, which we'll definitely need to do. I still think it should count extra because of COVID. I quit drinking December 19th, 2019. There should be bonus points awarded. Oh, there's a... Are you a Mark? Let's make you a Mark 2. Almost. There. Alright, so then we'll put a... I really gotta get Mark II wall outlets. I gotta get... So one of the things that I want to do, once we get stators and whatnot going, I need to go... I'm gonna move the awesome... Well, I might leave this awesome sink. I'll move it to a better spot. But I'm gonna build another awesome sink over by where we're extracting crystal. And then we'll dump some crystal into the awesome sink. So, so we can start getting some serious ticket production going here. Kim, hello. Good morning. Alright, let's definitely get the miner going. That should get that guy turned on. Yep. Then these are all set for iron because I copied them. Yeah. So we need iron pipes. It's only going to be one constructor making iron pipes. And I should be able to overclock it to use 120. Iron pipe. So if I go to 30 per minute. Oh. It'd be 120. Yeah, okay. Cool. So that'll use 120 and it'll give us 30 steel pipes per minute. Let's drop a merger. So all 4 of these smelters are just going to feed into this one constructor, making pipes. That'll give us 30 pipes per minute. Stators require 15 and 40 wire, and that gives us 5 stators per minute. We're going to need more than that because we're going to need 10 per minute for rotors. And we need 2.5 per minute for automated wiring. So this is making 30. Wait, if I make the target 60, can I do that? I can. Alright. That's way better than making a whole nother line. Because then we can just tie all these in, and this whole thing will just make pipes. And we'll have more than enough for what we need. That way we'll have some room for expanding production of stuff down the line, because we're gonna need motors. I tell you what, motors we will need. Don't know how he affords it. Yeah, that's my father-in-law. He's been like a pack or 2 a day for basically his entire life. I don't know how he pays for it now. Like, he used to get, like, his brother used to go to, like, St. Thomas and stuff all the time, so he'd come back with, like, cases of cigarettes. Like, smuggle them back on the boat. I don't know how he affords that. It is. I think it's, like, $18 or something now. Anyway. That's just crazy. How you're spending $18 to $36 a day on a destructive target. A destructive habit. Tried to roll his own to save money.
Just floating around tugboating people.
So, I changed the sub alert. Bishop, thank you so much for 77 months. That's Sam from Critical Role, by the way. Bishop, thank you for 77 months, but that's a long time. Yeah, so no more no more Cult of the Lamb worms. I know you're all disappointed. You can reply to this message. It's quiet now. I can breathe. Alrighty. So then what we gotta do is get an assembler. I might have to put the assembler a little further out, maybe. Hang on. I was messing around with that yesterday, and I completely forgot until that scared the crap out of me. So, thank you for the reminder, Bishop. Eldritch Blast. My email alert on my phone for a long time was Liam saying, "Dagga, dagga, dagga." Okay, let's do a floor hole. It's what you're here for? Well, unlike me, at least you're good for something. I'm going to put the floor hole on here, because that'll serve as like a quasi-splitter for overage. Doot. Alright, so then we need assemblage. Let's move this out a bit. This is going to be stators. So 15 per minute and 40 wire. That is not in a good spot. How many pipes is this making? 60 per minute. Oh, have I? I don't think I've restarted rotor production either. That only takes 10. Okay, so that'll work out. We could do rotors here too. Alright, stator. Stator. That's 30. Stator. And then this one will be rotors. And then I'll have a little bit of excess of steel pipes. Alright, so we'll put you here. And the right hand insert will be for pipes. I can't wait to get smart splitters so I can set up overflows. Okay. So then, what are you? Pipes. Did I have room for all those? No. Let's queue you guys up with pipes. Yoink. You out of there, you out of there. Okay, so then we need... Nope. Wait, how many 40 wire. Oh, I might not have enough wire for all of this, actually. That could be a problem. We'll find out. Okay. There. So then we need you. There. Did I unlock? I did. Okay. Thank God. I unlocked ceiling attachments for for belts. In case that was too long. Oops. Alright, I gotta go double check how much wire I'm making. I should be okay. That's an excellent one, and I will definitely grab it, Scuzzy. Okay. Those are all going. What is this? Iron pipes. Or iron rods. Alright, let me go double check, because we need... How much wire am I using? 40, 80... 120, 150. I have a decent amount of wire production, and I think I can ramp it up. 30, 60, 90, 120. That's taking 15, 30, 60. $20, $40, $60. So 120. Oh, yeah. Maybe not. Because I'm only making 120. However, I can convert some of the sheet production. Like this guy. This guy and this guy will convert to wire. Because wire takes less input. Okay. So then we do a merger. Goes that way. that out of the way. And a merger, that goes that way. Okay. I think I was doing more sheets because I was going to do the other alternate rotor recipe that uses sheets. ISO audit day. Oh boy. Good luck, Jake. I think I was going to do the other rotor recipe that uses sheets, but I'd rather do wire. Okay. That should all be going. And that'll give me, because that was 120, right? And then another 30 is 150 plus another 30, so we're at 180. So we're making more wire than we're consuming from those, which will give me a little bit more overhead to do more stuff. Woke up at 2:30 with a leg cramp. Ugh. That's no fun. The factory goes pretty well so far, I think. You know? I think. Not entirely sure, but I think it goes well. So now the question becomes, I need to split off excess pipes. That's a splitter, right? What we can do is do a industrial storage right here. Nestled with these guys. And do that. So then our excess pipes go in there. On a slow belt. So it should be good. Then once that's full, then we'll have a big container of pipes to pull from. Did I have iron? I don't know that I have iron rods being made at the moment. Okay. So let me go back over here. What I'm probably going to do is pull stuff out manually and just fill these containers and run it that way. Empty out. You're going to be automated wiring. Stators and cable. 50 cable per minute. Eesh. So let me go. I gotta get all these emptied out. These are all these are all things I moved from when I was redoing the floor. Okay. Go back upstairs. Really want to get the boombox too. Alright, so then we need industrial storage on you. Oh, I'm out of steel beams. I don't have any of those nearby. Alright, let's jump over to my other factory and get the stupid beams. That's a lot of screws. This one I can get rid of. I'm gonna go put these rotors in that container. And then I should be able to build another container. Because I broke that one down. Grab those. Grab those. Grab those. Grab some cable upstairs. Oops. Which we have no shortage of. Some cable, yeah. It's a little more than some, but yeah. Alright. Oh, I can't. Speed it up a little bit at least. How many stators per minute does it need? 2.5. Yeah, so. And then is that still connected? It is. Okay, so that'll start shipping that stuff out. Let me run and get more. Can I make one of these? I need cable. Let me grab cable before I go over there. Because while I'm over there getting steel, I will build another sink over by the crystal stuff. Cable is on the copper floor. Oh, do I have? I don't. Oh, where did I leave my... I think it's in here. Yeah, there it is. I need that. I also need to unlock more hand slots. Oop. Whoa. Whoa. Ladder? There we go. And away we go. We'll zoop over to the coal plant once we get everything going. I'm going to come back and expand our steel foundry area. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I really wish you could... really wish you could disassemble stuff while you were ziplining. Be fun. Anyway, here's my coal plant. We got 16 coal gens cranking away over here. And we got our blueprint maker. And then we just have a couple foundries making just steel beams since we got iron pipes going. Alright. What is this? Oh, I got more pipes. Hey, one automated wiring has shipped. We'll be done in no time. Absolutely no time. Alright. Hopefully we don't fall off on this corner. I might fall off on this corner. Yep. What are you looking at? It's too sharp. Yeah. I get that a lot. This tree might knock me off. Yeah, it did. God! Alright, you know what? Hey, tree. Guess what? Today I learned you can chainsaw while parachuting. You had to build walls so you stay on it and don't bounce off. Yeah, that might be something to consider, or I'll redo the transmission lines a little bit. At some point. There's eventually going to be... There's eventually going to be a train line over here. But don't chainsaw while parachuting. Yeah, don't chainsaw while parachuting, kids, if you want to be boring for the rest of your life. Okay. So we got a lot of silica and a lot of crystal. Crystal oscillators take cable and yeah, no. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a awesome sink. We'll just slap it down right here. And then we're just going to churn a whole bunch of crystal. Did I need... Let me grab a little bit of silica, actually. Okay. Don't have to limit your warning only to some of the choices I make. What? What? What is that supposed to mean? How dare you? I don't... Exactly what you think it means? I'm too dumb to know what it means. That's my problem. I'm a little bit of an idiot. Hey, there's our law bat. We got 10 batteries in there, which was a good choice to make. The duality of tug. I don't like the tone this place has taken lately, you know? I like how my coal plant came out, though. I just gotta clean up the rest of that. Is this... If this is something Tug would do, the answer is yes. Maybe reconsider how you got there. You know what? Yeah, how's that supposed to help me? Okay, so I need to rebuild the ma'am. I'm going to put the ma'am right in this corner. Then I'm going to put down a crafting bench. I don't need a crafting bench here because I got one right there. So then we'll do an equipment workshop. Heavy. And the I don't have any screws. I will if I break this down. And we'll drop an awesome shop right here. Basically, each Costco trip I have... Oh, Tug was talking about this thing the other day. Oh, fine, I'll buy it. Have fun with your brick of cheese, sucker. Ha! Smoking, good morning. If the question is, do you really need that much cheese? The answer is obviously yes. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, I should have grabbed some of that. Yeah, well. Yeah, I should have grabbed some crystals so that I could have made an explorer. Saw someone do a subathon idea you should borrow. A reverse 24-hour subathon. Every sub and bit amount you decide decreases the amount of time left. I've seen a couple people do that, Scuzzy. I've seen people have that as a goal, like, daily. Basically, if they hit a certain number of subs, they immediately stop stream. Which, I could get behind. Y'all want to pay me to not do this. That'd be great. We do have a sub goal going. It's tucked up in the corner. It's very tiny. But if we hit that one, we'll, for the Time Will Always Tell Awards, on December 31st, I'll wear my banana suit. It's ripe. I rubbed it down with some dryer sheets. It didn't really help. It just made it smell like you dragged a dryer sheet through a locker room. Should I go back over there and get crystals so I can make oscillators? Since I'm waiting for... Since I'm just waiting for this wiring to finish, I think I will.
Just floating around tugboating people.
Your virtual KVM has decided no today. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub to Banana Suited Gamers. Terrible account that should be outlawed. That scared you? Good. 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 That account is over 10 years old. Wow. Okay. That's something. You didn't do anything? You sure about that? You missed the worms? Well, tough. The worms are gone. They're never coming back. I don't know why I'm trying to jam that into the corner. Let's do it this way. That's what I what now? Who said what now about what? Oh, that's why I was gonna do that. Right. Because you can't... Or... Can I? I'll do that first. Well, Clarice? That's uncomfortable. Guess I could just do, like, could just go straight up. I don't want to build another elevator over here. But I may end up building another elevator over here. Let's see. So if we do that, that, anyone watching Fallout, and is it worth watching? I haven't watched it yet. I kind of want to watch it with Wifeboat because she knows nothing about Fallout. So, Valius, how's it going? I could buy them in the shop. I don't have any tickets. Appreciate the thought, but I have 0 tickets at the moment. Season 1 was great. Yeah, I think once Season 2's out and done, I might sit down with Wifeboat and watch it. I've heard it's pretty good, Scuzzy. I also want to watch all of those movies with Wifeboat. Thought the whole season was out now and you're sad. Well. Yeah, no, wait, that... Maybe? Maybe? Hey, when will the madness end? I don't know. Not anytime soon. Daniel Craig's the best part. That is what I've heard. This is supremely annoying. If this wasn't here, this would be much cleaner. may end up just doing an elevator. I might just do another elevator. Daniel Craig's always the best part. That's factual. These are facts. Then again, you need to see a lot of movies. Big same. I really haven't consumed media in general in quite a while. Like, shows, like, other than outside of music. Like, I listen to a lot of music. Mostly because I put it on while I'm reading and stuff. But. Been on your Fortnite grind? My kids have kind of, they're kind of over Fortnite. My daughter was very excited and played it a whole bunch when the K-pop Demon Hunter stuff dropped, but, that kind of fell off pretty quickly. Maybe if I start down here or something. You want the Kill Bill things? Yeah, that's fair. Almost halfway done with the automated wiring. And then we'll move on to something else. I'm just going to keep messing around with this until I get it to not. Be dumb. This week is dragging and it's terrible? Yeah. Alright, I can live with that, I guess. It at least it comes outside the frame of the building, but I can manage that. You know what? I might do glass all the way down the corner. Can't put it through the glass? Oh, Soul Wax is very good. Surprised you put a crap ton of effort in when you play this game to make it look decent. It looks like a disaster. I play and things look pretty okay. I don't really know how to respond to that. I feel like I should be offended. I feel like that should be hurtful. You know what? Now that I have that closed up, what if I do? It kind of bumps into the ground, but I'm not super duper disappointed. And then that would be a lot cleaner. It's a skill. I mean, I am known to have some skills, you know? By some, I mean significant talent. Rabbit De Niro. Mom Cookie, how's it going? Welcome in. Alright, so then we do... I don't have actual door holes yet to have gates, but... What are we working on? I'm waiting for the automated wiring to finish up. We're at 59 of 100. It's slowly ticking. Oh, I forgot. I should probably check to see if I got to refill those. Waiting for that to tick over to shoot off phase 2 and then start other stuff. Door holes, which is just, I guess, by another term, just a door. If you want to be fancy. Oh, it might be good. Maybe. In 1.1, smoking, along with these big roll-up doors, there's a bunch of stuff that was added in 1.1. Lots of stuff for beautifying. Really good stuff, actually. And the elevators are pretty neat. There's also hypertube splits and whatnot as well. But there's some other stuff that was added, like yeah, so there's elevator, cables, so you can make stuff that looks like it's supported structurally by cables. Ventilations, so you can put fans and vents on the side of buildings and stuff, which is cool. I really want to get the structural frame set. Structural beams.
Tugboat people.
God. Hang on. I gotta turn that down slightly. Keeps startling the ever-living. Bruh. It's startling. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Pat. Thank you so much for 23 months. Friends bet you I couldn't eat 50 Kinder eggs in one sitting. I'm full of surprises. You have no idea. Anyway, thanks for that, I guess. Hang on, I'm turning that down briefly here. Aren't Kinder eggs illegal in the US? Yup. That one, there's so many different freaking variations of the sub alert that you have to set up. It's really annoying. All right, I think that's all of them. Turned it down a little bit. Zunder. Too dumb not to eat the toy inside? It's accurate. I do want this big time. Beam expansion packs. I want structural beams, structural frames. The frame pillars are meh. Concrete pillars I definitely want. Structural cable I definitely... Like, I want a lot of tickets, basically. Is what I want. Let me check and see. No power. Why don't you have power? Give me my tickets. 5 tickets. It's going slow, but the crystals are getting us something at least. Get sinking. Yeah, I am. Slowly. Once I have more stuff, I'll sink more, but... why are these still in the game? Like, I get... Like, people like them, but these are just so much better. These are weird. Well, I could get the beam expansion pack. What were... Hang on. Was there... Oh, I really want that. Oh, I need those. This probably takes ingredients that I don't have yet. Like AI limiters or something, or... I don't want to get that if I can't make it. Does anybody know what the recipe for that is? You've triumphed. Nope. Nope. I used to carry around a KVM all the time. Watch it be leaves. Mark II wall outlets would be very helpful. Not the most important thing right now. Signs and lighting. Lighting I would like. Lighting would be good. I'm gonna get this because it's new, and I don't know what that is, and then I guess I'll throw in industrial rail. Alright. Oh.
Fun fact, architecture was invented when people began building buildings. If it had been invented slightly beforehand, perhaps more old buildings would still be around. Humanity sometimes lacks vision.
Uh-huh. New Firebot update give me any trouble? There was a Firebot update? No, it hasn't given me any trouble. I will say a hearty and profound thank you to, it probably wasn't Zunder, but to whomever fixed the boot time on Firebot in the update. Again, probably wasn't Zunder. But whomst ever did that, you have my eternal thanks. it went from around 6 minutes to start up to actually starting like a program should. So thank you for that. Firebot team, who knows what they're doing. You worked on that, but it works. If you're gonna lie, at least make it plausible, man. Like, only so much I can do, you know? Or keep throwing your bones and just... It updated, and then I launched Fire... I launched Firebot. It took 45 minutes to start. There was an update. I updated, it restarted, and I was like, oh, it restarted very quickly. And then I booted it this morning. And like right after I hit, like I have one of those combine buttons on my Stream Deck that launches OBS and all my stuff. I hit that, and Firebot was open before OBS, which I don't think has literally ever happened. So good job. If you could send along my thanks. Still think you should build some sort of kill switch into Tug's personal Firebot so you can hurt him personally. What the? Oh yeah, good old core refactoring, you know? I do that all the time. It's a big part of thing, you know? Yeah, I got you. Are you the only one that doesn't know what Firebot is? Firebot is my bot that does, you know, alerts and stuff like that. If you stream, Firebot is a very good option. It's an open source one, and for some reason they let Zunderscore work on it. Didn't Paul Rubens get arrested for core refactoring in public? FLCL. Genuinely, that might be the funniest thing you've ever said. Does have the feature to list him as a featured streamer. So many opportunities. It is what sets me on fire. I don't think actually the fire redeem would work right now because my cam's not on. So, there you go. I added snow. No one noticed. No one pays attention to the things that I do for you all. I made it snow on my stream. Look at it. There's a gentle snowfall. You were gonna say something? But then you didn't? You're in Florida. What is snow? Looks the same in your Satisfactory, so you ignored it. Oh, does the Fixmas thing put snow in the game? Actually, I don't remember. I need to, we're almost done. There's 7 more wirings. Also thought it was Fixmas related. Wow. The things I do. And the things that other people take credit for. This is outrageous. Alright, so there's one coming in right now. We need 5 more. So I'm going to take a really quick break. I'm going to make myself an espresso. And stretch my legs. And then when we get back, we're going to launch Phase 2 into space. If you haven't seen the space elevator go off, It's a good time, and you should be here for that, so. I will be right back. Yeah, Legacy. I am absolutely planning on doing that. That's another possibility for next week, so. Things are broken and you have a deadline tomorrow? Hex, get some rest. It's super late there. Thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Matt! Happy Tuesday, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you are gonna summon. Get away! Are you gonna summon another one? No, you're gonna do your beam. Oh! 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 Oh, bad! Oh, bad! Oh, bad! Damn it. No! No! Oh! Oh! Okay. So that was a puma. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The test child, you finger things out on them, yeah. What just happened? Anyone? Was I bleeding or something? And away! Excuse me, pardon me, out of the way, child! Don't worry about it. I gotta go. I have places to be. Excuse me, pardon me. Where am I? Oh, he's still on me! I'm in a pond. Oh, God! What? Hello. The teeny tiny office. I miss my teeny tiny office. This is done. We're gonna launch a space elevator. Let's do that. I want to move the space elevator. I'm probably gonna move it up where this is. We'll build a nice, huge platform for it or something. Alright. We're loaded. We're sealed. It's time.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more.
Not entirely
Phase 3 of
incompetent
Project
is the
Assembly
working
is your
title of
next
my
main
autobiography.
objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fix its faith in you will be strengthened.
Boom. Ready? Set. Fire!
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell.
Perhaps.
You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For
Mr. Wiz, how's it going? Did my stream die? We back. Oh. Did the net go down for a second? I have no dropped frames. I think that was... That must have been on Twitch's end. Neat. Anyway, welcome in, Mr. Wiz. No stream for a bit there? It's a big loss. That's a big loss. For you. Oh yeah. Sunder used his kill switch. I knew it. Pay me to do nothing but the rewrite? Yeah, but have you looked at the bot limitations on YouTube, Zunder? Because it's not... Have you... Ask Barry. You know what Barry I'm talking about. Ask Barry about it. Because that ship has sailed. If Barry went, yeah, no, that can't happen, then that means something. Oh, that Barry. YouTube's chat API is hot garbage. Yeah. It also throttles the ever-living crap out of you. Wow, I didn't get a single ticket from putting those automated wirings in there. A little upsetting. Yeah, when Twitch first announced the ability to simulcast, he spent a long time trying to figure out how to make it work for Co and those guys, and nope. Nope. There's more than one Barry? Is there? Is there? Alright, let's look at milestones. Which, you know, whatever. Jetpack, cool. Yay, it's a jetpack. Oil, wow, yay. Oil, cool. Mark 4 belts. That's fun. Fluid packaging. Oh my god, who cares? Petroleum power, neat. That's awesome. Trains! Is Barry in the room with you right now? Okay. Trains requires 250 motors, 500 encased industrial beams, steel beams, and steel pipes. What is a buffer stop? Oh. So you don't have to put a foundation at the end of a train line? To mitigate human error. Okay. This is now a train stream. Yeah. Signals. That takes computers. Mark II pipes. That'll be important if we want to expand our coal plants. So here's the rub. We gotta get... Why was that blinking? Oil and petroleum power are gonna be the big things first. Because I can't make trains without plastic. Right? Like, I can research trains, but to make trains, you need computers. Which requires industrial manufacturing, which requires plastic, which requires oil processing. So we need oil processing, and then once we get oil processing, we might as well get our fuel gens going. So... Good thing all the energy was fully completed before trains were set up, so I don't get distracted playing with trains. Why is tier 2 blinking? This is all done. Why is it blinking? It's still blinking. Stop blinking at me. I've unlocked everything. Stop blinking at me, game. Alright. So this is going to be first. This is no problem. This is no problem. This I have not started manufacturing on. That's going to be my first step, is manufacturing that. And then we're also going to have to get motors going, which also shouldn't be a problem. Nothing a swift hammer can't fix, right? So that's going to be part of it. So then when we make... So then we're going to start extracting oil and making fuel, which is going to give us heavy oil residue or polymer resin. Anyway, we can turn it into plastic and rubber and stuff and get stuff for the other stuff. So this is going to be first. As much fun as the jetpack is, and it is fun, I don't have anything that I can fuel the jetpack with yet. So, because we need fluid packaging before we can do that. So oil processing is first. Liquid, good to see you, by the way. I can make a motor factory and sync the motors for tickets so you can purchase the materials. that would be more efficient, yeah. 100%. That would be the better way to go. Alright. So we're going to do that. We got to get encased beams going, which is going to happen over by our coal power plants. Speaking of power plants, how is my power going? Why are you climbing onto me, ma'am? I know, mom came home and didn't even, like, lay down or snuggle with you or nothing. She's home late and she has to get up early. So she needs to sleep. So you need to calm down. Hi. Yes. Hello. Hello. You're very cute. You're also very furry and quite staticky.
To see the baby.
Don't swat your paw at me. I did take a break, Xeno, yeah. I made myself an espresso, which I've already consumed in its entirety. Hi, Zunder. Have you had to take any crap from Tug today? What? Why would you assume... See, you know better. You know better than that. Alright, so right now we are producing 1,200. Our max possible consumption is 862.
Creepy stream because my dad's a little...
Wow. So our max possible consumption is 862. So we have some overhead for adding more production, but we're going to need power, which is what we're going to be working towards. So that'll be fine. That will be fine. Alright. So, first things first, we'll go over here and get some pipes and some copper sheets. And then we also got to get motors going. Oh, I didn't plug these in. Oops. That's a lot of stators. Why do I have so many stators going? Should I have this many stators going, or should I transition? Tuglet, our hero. Don't encourage her. It's enough of that. I lucked out. Zunder walked in, it was almost instant abuse? What? No? We can go get copper sheets and then we'll get this squared away. Whoops. That was the wrong button. We all saw it. Y'all are... You will absolutely encourage her? Please don't. I'm gonna need more sheets than that once we get stuff going, but come back. Not even sure I waited for Zunder to show up before the abuse started. Okay. Okay. Those are set. I could genuinely handcraft a whole bunch of encased beams. Let me go get motors going, and then I'll handcraft the stuff to at least unlock oil processing, because then we got to go over and I got to get encased beams going, because I need encased beams for Mark IV stuff. And that was not... That's out of context, Pat. Grotesquely out of context. Just means I was thinking about you. I always think about you, buddy. Okay. You're going to be making rotors. I got a stack of stators that I can put into the stator stack. Stator stack. Stator stack. Now I want tater tots. 10 per minute, 10 per minute for 5 motors. This is not enough. That's 5 per minute. And that's 5 per minute. Which means I'd have to plug all of these in. Well, I guess we're running under on motors for a little bit. Until I get another line going. Essentially. And this will be motors. There's got to be a... Is there a good alternate motor recipe? I got an 8-pound... I have a quite literal 8-pound bag of tater tots in my freezer right now. So I genuinely might just make some tater tots after stream. Because that sounds lovely. Alright, let's power you. Boom. Okay. You're gonna make motors. I could probably overclock these. I don't know if I have enough wire. What's a crispy crown? Picture like a quarter-sized, like half-an-inch thick tater tot. If you quartered a tater tot and then cooked those up individually. Honestly, crispy crowns should be the new coin currency in America. That would go way better. Sound like Zoidberg investing in a sandwich. You always got to keep tots around, man. It's important. Oh, let me make a couple miners. Okay. Because we're going to do encased beams. There's some limestone over by my steel factory. So we're going to ramp up our steel beam production over there, as well as get some concrete going over there, and then make encased industrial beams over there. Duh. Everybody's got comfort food, you know? Neurodivergence doesn't necessarily have anything to do with it. But. Do you know what a tater tot is, Charlotte? Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, there is limestone right there. Kinda. So peel a potato and then like soften it up and stuff, obviously. And then put it into a ricer, right? And then you take the riced potato and you put it into like a coin shape, basically. You know? Make it like, if you picture a stack of coins, like 3 or 4 high, and then the same radius as a coin. You put the riced potatoes into that shape, and then you quick fry them off. And that's, there you go. Very good. So a roasty. I don't know what that is, but if that's what you think it is, then that's... Oh, I forgot frames and friggin... I gotta go all the way back. It's not a ball. Yeah, no, it's not a ball. You could make it a ball, but it's flattened out like a coin, but it's a disc, yeah. But tater tots, that's crowns. Tater tots are more like logs. They're longer. A puck, if you will. Burger King hash browns. What they're gonna get wrong with it today? Shaped like little mini soup cans. Yeah. A tiny hash brown. Yeah. A tiny McDonald's hash brown, basically. Yeah. Tots are barrel shaped. Yeah. Man, you know what I haven't had in forever? Root beer barrels. I haven't even seen... I was poking around looking for them. Actually, a candy store just opened in my town. I might have to go see if they got root beer barrels. And if they do, they are going to have a lot more business. Very serious about your tater tots. The Midwest of the U.S., Charlotte, the tater tot is a defining piece of one of the biggest cultural food experiences in the Midwest, which is hot dish. Tater tots are mandatory. Every Dunkin' gets every order wrong. Well, see, that's because they're independently owned. So what you need to do, Zunder, is you find the one that doesn't, and then you go to that one. Which isn't hard, because there's, like, 13 within every square mile, so. They make the coffee perfect, yeah. There's one... there's one that used to be on the way to my old job that was owned by a Korean family, and I went to school with their son. And they were astounding. Everything, the coffee was, everything was great. 100% great. But it depends on where you go. The one that's closest to where we live now is garbage. But if we go another mile down the road, that's owned by a different family, and that one's great. Not all of us are rich in Dunkins. I only have 3 in my immediate vicinity. What's that? There's that one intersection in downtown Boston. I think you can see, if you stand on the one corner, you can see 12 Dunkins from that one corner. Because you're in Iowa, not the Midwest. Yeah. Throw some cornbread on it instead. Never had a Dunkin's here. Get an order perfectly right. I think the closer that you get to Boston, the better the Dunkin's get. It's like a radius. I feel like Wawa is kind of the same, but Wawa's radius starts in Philly. And then the further you get from Philly, the worse the Wawas get. Drive by 3 separate Dunks. I'm walking distance to 3. You know? Oh, something special about Boston, huh? Well, Boston takes their Dunks very seriously. To be fair. No, you know what the start of the start of the decline in Wawa's quality is when they got rid of the buttered roll. You can still get a buttered roll. It's not the same, okay? That was my, like, when I had to work at 4 a.m. 3:30, fresh baked Portuguese roll. Still warm. And you'd have to order a buttered roll. They wouldn't be laid out. You had to order one, and they would get that fresh baked roll, and then they would butter it, and then give it to you. It'd be great. Now, it is a bull burger bun with a smidge of butter on it that's been sitting out for 4 days in saran wrap. It's atrocious. You're too European for this conversation. A fresh baked roll with butter, first thing in the morning, to soak up the 40 plus ounces of coffee that I was guzzling into my gut. Come on. The old... I miss that so much. That was when they got rid of that. I walked in one morning. It was a seismic shift. I walked in one morning, and they just had a basket of buttered rolls sitting on the counter. And I looked at the girl behind the deli who had made me a buttered roll every day for 2.5 years and said, "What is this?" And she said, "That's the buttered roll now. We can't." What? She's like, "I know." She's like, "You're the 5th or 6th person to come in here and complain about it, but it's out of my hands." I'm like, "You got any, like," so then I would get her to make me a buttered roll the old way. But that only lasted like another couple months. Anyway. That's the moment I knew Wawa was going downhill. Also, their breakfast burritos, whatever they call them now, Sizzlies or whatever, are they're like the size of my thumb. That's not Where did we go wrong? As a society, where that's acceptable. Scuzzy, listen, we were on the way back from sports over the weekend and we stopped and grabbed Jersey Mike's and it was still okay, but it was a little bit different and I don't know what was different. And it just got into my head and I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Anyway. Murph, I'm ranting about the staggering drop in quality of Wawa buttered rolls. Answer that for you, or an even slimmer chance left this channel won't be demonetized forever. I mean, that's fair. Don't I have frames? Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm not making any of these. I gotta start making these again. Alright, one thing at a time. Let's get reinforced beams going, and then I gotta get those going. Swear the cheese was thinner than usual. There was so much lettuce on the one that we got. It's like they tried to fill the sandwich with lettuce instead of meat. To be fair, the loss of the Wawa buttered roll was 15 years ago. Maybe more. Have fun, C. We do. You don't get vinegar, and then you get extra banana peppers. Liquid. That's the jam. Yeah, Combat, they were purchased by private equity. So I have some bad news. Nah, you get it Mike's way and then extra banana peppers. Anyway. No. Whoa. 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 Banana peppers are gross? Okay, that's just like your wrong opinion. The bosses will be private equity. Is that the final boss of Satisfactory? Add mayo on no planet. On no planet does a sandwich from Jersey Mike's require more mayo. Who is putting mayo on your Jersey Mike's sandwiches? Because there is plenty. Well, no, yes, but don't. I thought you meant like extra mayo. Good God, I thought y'all were saying extra mayo. Can only eat like half a Jersey Mike's sandwich? Oh God. I'll eat an entire one and then whatever Wifeboat doesn't eat. Mike's way, pepper relish, banana peppers. Extra banana peppers, but yeah. A spoonful of mayo. It helps the medicine go down. Smooth. Meatball subs were legit. Yeah. All right. So this is going to put out 120 per minute, which means I can overclock 2 to 60, and that's only going to put out 30 per minute. I might have to overclock this miner then. All right. We'll overclock the miner, which will be 180. Then I can do 4 and not overclock those. Okay. Because that'll be 90, 180. Yeah, all right. So 4... Let me do this. So I remember. 4 constructors. Have a good meeting, Scuzzy. Okay, so then iron. There's also copper over here, which is nice. Oh, I should have made this a mark. This is a Mark 1. All right. I might have to change that up. Let's see what we got. Encased industrial beams. 18 steel beams per minute. These, I'm putting out 30. Although I don't think these are running at 100%. No, they're not. So this is going to have to be expanded. Is the moral of that story. No! Go up the ladder, Muppet. There we go. Boom. Alright, so this is all going to turn off. We'll let it cycle through everything it's got while we rework things. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. This will come over, then this will come over. I don't know that I've ever had sour mayo. That sounds terrible. Dutch mayo is too sweet and crap. God. How did the war between the Dutch and the Belgians start? Sour mayo would definitely make me think it's off. Yes, 100%. 100%. It's called fry sauce, and that's blasphemy. I kind of wish I got the, Alright, let me let that stuff run real quick. Oh, let me go get crystal so I can make some oscillators so I can unlock the car. That'll be fun. There's different types of mayo, and some are sweet. Yeah. I don't want sweet mayo. I'm good. No. No.
Hold on. Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister?
Solar, thank you for the raid.
The Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
You're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong?
Am I wrong? She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog.
Yeah, Kewpie Mayo is great. I'll take homemade over anything else, but he was in fact wrong. I mean, but the passion, it's about the passion. I think you might be biased, Charlotte. That's just my opinion. But you might, maybe, possibly be slightly biased. I don't want to go, you know, crazy, but I think you might be slightly biased. I haven't had good mayo then? I have. We make our own, and it's bangin'. Not biased, just right. The Belgians cut corners on everything. That's why they carry a knife in the car. No, no. Alright, I'm gonna I'm gonna skedoot over to the other spot, see how the motors are coming along, and handcraft some reinforced beams so we can get oil processing going. While that runs down, and then we can we'll come back and redo all that and automate some encased beams. Ugh. So many things to do. So little time. Because once I unlock oil processing, then we gotta move up the coast of Texas and start doing stuff. And that's gonna be a whole thing. That's just gonna be a whole thing. You know? Don't want it to be a whole thing, but it's gonna be a whole thing. I gotta get rid of these too. Oh, I gotta get frames re-going? Oh my god. The problem when you tear down a factory, you forget to restart some things. How we doing? Nice. Alright. We got that. That's just gonna encourage her, Jake. You gotta hold your ground, man. You can't just cast away your argument. Especially against a Belgian. They're so smug. Also want to make crystal oscillators. You're being bullied? Okay. Will you ever recover? No, that's fair. That is fair. I probably wouldn't. By the way, I posted it in Discord in the Movie Books TV channel. Patrick Warburton, the voice of Kronk, had his 3 sons with him in a voice booth, and they were doing Emperor's New Groove lines. One of his sons sounds so much like him. It's astounding. The other 2 sound very similar. Not quite to the same level, but boy. No. They're promoting the 25th anniversary. Yeah. I mean, my kids make me feel old on the daily, but Patrick Warburton, the voice of Kronk in Emperor's New Groove. Right, Cusco's poison. The poison for Cusco. "25 years. Is holding the craft button what you meant when you said you're going to automate encase beams? Alright. He's a treasure. The Tick, yeah. The Tick was more than 25 years ago, wasn't it? Oh wait, this is inside the building. We left the hole in the roof, but...
Crude oil can now be extracted and refined to produce various industrially beneficial parts. The byproducts of these processes will require careful management, but a capable pioneer such as yourself surely understands that. To improve efficiency, pipelines can now be optimized with valves to limit and balance their throughput. These were initially left out because Fixit did not want to overwhelm pioneers with complex pipeline management, but they have since been re-added after my impassioned defense of your capabilities.
Emperor's New Groove did not do well when it came out, no. Not as poorly as Hercules did, but... That's drone time, yeah. Super Hitman Dan, welcome in. Never got majorly far into the game, but now you're addicted. Rush through phase 1, but your storage is trash. Yeah. That's the game. I've gone through the first couple phases of this game a lot. So kind of knowing what's coming helps plan ahead. But I guess one of the big things that I can recommend is if you're automating stuff to be shipped, try and split some off. Even the components, like all of these manufacturers or assemblers, these 4 assemblers are all using steel pipes, right? But I'm making slightly more steel pipes than I need. So the last splitter shifts off into storage, so then I have a storage container for pipes. If you end up doing a bunch of those around, that way, when you rebuild, not if you rebuild, when you rebuild, because it's Satisfactory, and you rebuild all the time, you end up with storage containers with stuff that you need. Like I still have iron rods in here from a previous build. So then if I need iron rods, I can just grab them. But knowing knowing what's coming in the later phases can certainly help with organization, because you know you're gonna need a lot more space. Like, this is gonna get squared off and enclosed, because all of that is gonna end up going into more production. I need more of these, right? Oops, that's not what nope, that's not what I wanted to do. This right here is going to get rebuilt again. And this over here, does enclosing the building give any benefits? Absolutely not, no. Building a building around anything gives 0 benefits. It is completely unnecessary. But I like it. Used to give benefits to frame rate. Yes. Your render distance would get cut down, which was very helpful. But they have done a ton of optimization work to this game since early access. It runs beautifully now, overall. It does get a little squirrely in Phase 5 when if you have a mega factory and you got a lot going on. Enclosing it and creating like a factory structure, for me personally, it doesn't do anything other than it helps me visually organize my thoughts.
Hold on.
That's really what it is.
Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister?
Zara,
A princess. The Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
you back on Little Rocket Lab?
Tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, dog. I'm not fighting with you. Grow up, bro.
These are visually organized thoughts? Yeah. This is what the inside of my brain looks like. It's horrifying. Alright, I want the car. I need 100 thingies. Let me go. Where did I put... Oh no, the thingies are still in these mess of bins underneath that I haven't cleaned out yet. Alright, so I need those. Brain fog is real today, so you did a short stream. That's fair. That's very fair. Let's make some crystal oscillators. How many did I need for the car? Was it 10? I don't like the grasslands or whatever, the default newbie starting area. I actually think it's a terrible starting spot if you're new to the game. Genuinely, I think it's like a really terrible spot to start. They're really cramped. There's no good nodes. We started on the grasslands in this save file because I knew I wanted to set up near Texas, basically. So my main factory is going to be here. We're about to go start destroying the environment over here because there's just a bajillion things of oil over here. The desert is actually really good. The northern forest is probably the best one overall, I would say. Great for, I learned this open area. Now I'm going to start a new save instead of starting here and continuing in the late game. It's okay for very new people who don't know how much they need to ramp up production, so they can restart and do it properly. Yeah. Made a giant building where all resources are built into. Yeah, one of my previous ones, it was before 1.0. I had way up here in these, like the spires, the lagoon with all the spires, way over here, I had a massive factory that went like easily a couple 100 meters into the sky. And I had sky trains that went across the whole map, delivering all the materials, raw materials, straight to that giant factory. And then things got more complicated as you went down. And that worked okay until I ran out of expansion space, and then it just became a mess. And then I had to break out and do some production in other places, and it just became a mess. And then the game updated, and I ended up restarting and abandoned that idea. It was a neat concept, but I very, very, very much underestimated the amount of space I was going to need. Which I'm trying to avoid this time. Like, this is just going to be a factory for, like, the stuff that's essentially being made right now. I'm probably going to add a little bit more stuff to this, but this is really going to be it. Haven't played it at all because you know yourself better than to try. That's totally fair. Wait, why didn't I... I'm dumb. Why didn't I build a MAM up here? I keep running back down there. I should have just put the MAM up here. I gotta get rid of that anyway. Paved over the entire grasslands and belted all the resources to a giant factory. Don't think it's a bad starting area. I mean, as far as... I think it's a bad starting area because of volume combat. There aren't any pure nodes, right?
Explorer unlocked. This personnel transport vehicle facilitates rapid traversal of difficult terrain and climbs like a mountain goat that has returned from extinction.
Alright. Can I... 5 motors, 5 oscillators. Let me make a couple more oscillators. Megs, how's it going? Game takes too long to do anything, then you lose interest. Part of why Baldur's Gate 3 is your second most played game, but you never made it past the Goblin Camp. That's fair. Okay. Alright, I have everything to build that. I'm gonna need fuel. I have some biomass I can use. I'm actually gonna build that over at the other place. Although, I'd probably build it here and drive over there. Oh, my steel should be done over there because we got all that done. So I'll wait for motors and then let me get encased beams going. That's what I was doing. Right. Yeah, I need to buy the boombox. That's the other thing I gotta do. I gotta buy the boombox. I keep forgetting to buy the boombox. But I need tickets for so many other things that it just, it slips my brain. Okay. I'm very good at driving this vehicle, by the way. I'm what you might call a professional. Factorio continues to be your one true love. I very much prefer this to Factorio. because, not necessarily because of like the gameplay or anything like that. I just like the creative freedom that you have in this game. I like building factories and making them look nice, and you can't really, like, you can make stuff look not like garbage in Factorio, but but you don't have the same kind of creative freedom as you do in this game. Also trains. That's super fair. Alright, we're going to park this in the garage up here, which is what this was designed for. Enjoyed Factorio more than you were expecting? You reach goals faster? Is that going to close with the car there, or no? The car needs to be further back. Isn't this the car I drove halfway off a bridge, then jumped out of the car, off of the cliff, and then the car fell on top of me? That doesn't sound familiar at all. Think that's why you do like it more? Yeah. For me, I could just ignore all of the actual factory stuff and just build buildings. Like, getting stuff running and then making a building around it is fun. So. That could be any game with the car. What? I'm an excellent driver. That's completely false. I don't like your tone. Alright. Get these out of here. Had a real headache with water pressure. That's why I always way overdo my pumps. Like, my pumps for my coal plant, it's way more than I need, but I don't have a good frame of reference for excellent driver. Okay. Y'all are just getting mean now. You just being mean. For no reason. So tempted to go change the shade color of your name and retype it for a different tone.
Just floating around tugboating people.
That really didn't get much quieter, even though I turned it down. Super Hitman, thank you for the Prime sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. We're just floating around tugboating people. Let's put some big storage. Is this one? Oh, this one's almost full. All right. Bop. You go in there. You go in there. I don't really care if you're over top of each other. Did that? Oh no, it didn't. Okay. Alright, we'll empty those out. So Charlotte was in Germany? Mm-hmm. When it was just a bonus. She was in Berlin, that barely classifies as Germany. Okay. Can you explain what that looks like? What? It's from Critical Role. What did Berlin do? No, I was reading Wenweir's chat. The German says. You know, that's like when people talk about America, and I let them all know that, like, Iowa just doesn't count. Eat a bag of something unpleasant. It's a little weird. It's like motorboating, but with more pizzazz. You tried to keep it family friendly. You did a good job. Like a bag of soggy fries. Okay. As someone who grew up in Nebraska, I can confirm you're right about Iowa. Thank you, Miguel. Iowa's not real and it can't hurt you. It'll just make you sweat. Let's move you. Okay. Nebraska wants to be Iowa so bad? That's just depressing. Do you understand how depressing that is? 60 for 15. So I need 45 and 45. I don't remember what is. I should have researched that. I should have unlocked that thing that lets me see throughputs. Like 3/4 of American places are bastardizations of native names. Anybody ever notice how quickly Wenweir and Charlotte start flirting as soon as they get in? It's really crazy. Young love, you know? $45 iron, 45 coal. Oh, did I bring... No, I didn't. Alright, let me get this. I need 10 of these. Almost match the pace of me ripping on Zunder. Yeah, but mine serves a purpose. I don't know what it is. I'm actually in love with Zunder. Bro. Number one. Obviously, yes. If you want to talk about dudes, top 10 best hugs from dudes, Zunder is on the list. So... I gotta replace this with this. One arm over and under. I'm hoping for a double under with a slight lift. Scuzzy. I haven't experienced it, but that's my hope, you know? Right. So that's 240. That sounds like a biased opinion, Paint. That sounds selfish, actually. Wait, how much was that putting out? You tall people have everything. This is putting out 240. All right. Oh man, you're missing out, Zegni. Come on. All right, so 240. You gotta go hug more dudes. Like, it's a uniquely satisfying experience. So it's 45 for 45. Well, that's helpful. I could bump that to 90. I kind of want to just take it to 60, though. So if I take that to 60... What's my coal looking like? Just act like I'm 7 feet tall? Nope. Alright, so that's 240 as well. Alright. Paint has tall person energy? Tall people are not that aggressive. As the shortest person in of my brothers at 6 feet. Tall people are not that aggressive. Tall people typically have very chill vibes because everybody's intimidated by them. Alright, so that's 240 and 240. Yeah? Yeah. So do I want to... Yeah, I guess I'll do beams up here and then encased beams down below. Okay. Sure. So let's bring you up to here. I have a lot of coal. There is so much coal lined up over here. Why do I need that much? Seems excessive. My target rate is 60. Okay. $120. Oh, I'm out of rotors? Can I make rotors? No. Bro. I gotta go get rotors. That's supremely annoying. Good God, that's annoying. So that's going to put out 60 per minute. Hang on, let me look at Constructor. It holds up pretty well. At least the top side. Mine's only a half, so it doesn't go onto my palm side. The spots that have wear are like right on the top, and then like where my two fingers rub together. There's a little bit of wear, but if you're gonna do a ring, the big thing that I would recommend is do something very simple with bold lines with good spacing, because particularly on fingers, it bleeds so fast. So, like, if you get like little lines, they're gonna blow out. So, you want to have space for it to, like, just imagine whatever you're gonna do, the lines are gonna double in size, basically. Why can you not sort clips by time or game? That's not what we do here. Okay, so beams takes 60 per minute. And this is putting out 60, so it's one constructor for each foundry. So it's going to be for... Oh, those are off-center. I hate that so much. Alright, so I gotta go get stuff to make 2 more. Twitch clips are a pain to find, yeah. The one where I'm driving the car in Satisfactory, gets out, falls off a cliff, then the car lands on me, that never happened. You'll never prove otherwise. Sometimes you can search by game. Some games don't exist in the search index for clips. So it has to be a game that is searchable on clips. Definitely wasn't that far back. That, I think, I was in the apartment, so it was the last, God, sometime in the last 4.5 years. Rotors, not you. Grab some of you. Sure. Yeah, why not? That's also screws. I should just sink those 2 big boxes of screws. Because I am not... This is going to be ugly, but I don't care. Now that's some good spaghetti. Ding, ding, ding. Started to fall off randomly for some reason. Yeah, definitely not related to the weight loss. Not at all. Okay, rotors, yay! I initially got mine because both rock climbing and my job, wearing rings, not a good choice unless you're looking to get degloved. So I would never wear it, and I'd have it on a necklace for a little while, but then I got scared about losing it, so then we just... we were both at our tattoo artist's house hanging out. And she just did it. So. At that point, I was doing ironwork. Switch to silicone rings for a bit. Yeah, Wifeboat will do a silicone ring at work sometimes. Firefox crashed from you trying to find clips. It's just a precursor of what's to come. Using inventory and Sky UI? I don't know what that means. Are those mods? I'm not running any mods, no. No mods. All vanilla. 100%, it's just me. I'm a purist. I am absolutely a Satisfactory purist. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm too lazy to mod the game. I'm all natural. All natural. I'm organic. Yeah. I'm gonna put the iron above and the coal below. Stackable. Let's do a stackable there. Free range. It's perfect, Charlotte. You go for a younger man, you know? I mean, look, I don't want to be responsible for breaking you and Wenmer up, you know? I'll just let it be. It's not my place. I might have to bump that out a little bit. Oh, I'm good. Okay. So then, if the iron's coming in there, I need to change it so that it's on this side. You should do that. Whenever there's two inputs, I always just put one side on lifts. Unless I'm running lines from much further away, it's significantly simpler. Oh! The floor went away. You know, let me just, you know, just in case. Not that I would do that again. So then you go to there. Okay. And then game is infectious. It super duper really is. Boop. Okay. So then we do one more line of that here. Bring you up to there. Yeah, because I don't think I can do a lift. What if I go from that side down? That's cleaner. That's much better. Then you to you. And away we go. Okay. What that also allows is for me to bring the concrete over to here, and then I can run it along underneath this and then drop it down. So those lines won't get tangled up. Then you plug straight into there. I gotta run power back over here again. Too long. I may regret putting that there, but... Alright, so that miner turned on. We'll let that churn up. We can also run power to that miner. And then we're gonna need Mark II poles. Okay. Okay. That's everything turned on. And all that stuff's running. Okay. We'll end up enclosing this runway as well, and enclosing that miner. And then we'll do a small little building there, as well as a bridge to here. So for concrete production, we're going to need four constructors making concrete from limestone. These aren't empty yet. Oh, that one is. Thank you for the Luke. Alright, and that's pipes that I had left over. Ooh, okay. So, we need floor holes in front of all of these. No, I should merge all these first. Run them this way and drop them. I think. Probably the best bet. Leave a little more spacing. Put it right on that line. Then floor hole right there. So that's going to be where our steel beams come down. So then we'll get concrete or limestone running over here. We'll process it over here with 4 constructors. Let's start you closer. One, 2, 3, 4. That's all going to be concrete. That's 180. Is that what? Aren't we getting more than that out of there? I gotta go look at that again. See, I might have to overclock those or something. I'm gonna take a really quick break. It's been 3 hours. I just gotta stretch my legs. I'm getting antsy. I need to move around a little bit. So now's a great time to grab a drink, grab a snack, get up and move around if you can. Don't forget to take your meds if you haven't. I'll be right back. Running down the side of the road, and about 50 feet behind it was a white woman who had pulled over in her car and was following behind the fox, trying to video it. So when I say that if they were to reintroduce wolves, it wouldn't be small dogs and children that would be the problem. It would be white women. You know how I know you're old? You call it a handle instead of a I'm leaving. Call it a handle instead of a username. I cannot abide that, sir.
Nice try.
Headshotted him. Yeah, I headshotted him with a pistol while he was galloping away. Look at his little smile. He's so happy. How can you look at this face and do anything but smile? He's so happy. Don't be rude. He's living his best life, alright? So now he's bleeding. So now we can play this on the debuff guy, and it'll flip the die again. To this. And it'll flip the die again. To this. Which will flip the die again. And then... infinite comp. I killed myself! So they had damage reflection. It's
why you fail.
Well, put the pumpkin back, please. But he's so happy. Look at him. The only thing that would make it better is if he was a spider clown instead of a sheep clown. Why? What? No. 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 Alright. Let's... I gotta go double check how much concrete we're pulling out. Because this is gonna do 180. I think that's what my target was. Yeah. We're putting out 180. Alright. So, this is going to go across. Wait, where's... Oh, the first one's there. Okay. So let's do that. What we'll do is this. Boop, boop, boop. So then we run you. There. It's got a little crook at the end, but Those miners are always a half nudge off of lining up well, and it's really annoying. It's gonna be harder to... There. Yes. Okay. And then there. Okay. Much cleaner. Then we go... You down to here. Then we need splitters. Put you right on that box. There. 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 Do-doot, do-doot, do-doot. 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 Okay, we'll need to get power down here in a moment, but for now, let's get you down. Like that. Load up. Okay. So, encased beams take what? 18 and 36. These are putting out 15, so that's 30, 60. I can overclock this to... $54. Would 10 work? Yeah, okay. So if we make 10 per minute, that's 30 steel beams and 60 concrete, which would be all of this concrete, which is what we want. I really gotta make a... Just for now. I'll make a thingy in a minute. Alright, and then these are putting out 60 steel beams. Okay. And we're only gonna need 30, which means we can divert the other 30 into storage, which is exactly what I want to have. Oh, these are set up wrong, bro. Why are you so dumb? We'll get you emptied into there very quickly. Alright, so then we'll move this. This is going to come down. Like so. We're going to put a splitter directly on the end of it.
Creepy stream because my dad's a little...
Wow. Scared the crap out of me. So this is gonna break off to storage. Like so. This one's gonna go away as soon as it's empty. And so then we need an assembler lined up with that. This is going to make encased beams. And we want to make 10 per minute. Yeah. Okay. So then we merge these. And that goes to there. Yoink. 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 Okay. Oh, I had enough room for that. Beautiful. I didn't think I was going to. Alright, so that'll split off and store some of that in there. Then we're going to do 2 more of those next to it here. Like so. You are going to feed into that one. This will be encased beam storage. Okay, let's get power going down here. That's not really what I wanted. Let me grab it from over here. It's probably better. We'll do a double wall outlet. Right there. Drop down to there. You go to there. Okay. Yeah, man. There we go. Sometimes those wall outlets are quite annoying to click on. Alright, so then we'll put you here. You are going to be upgraded to a Mark II pole. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? And yep. Here we go. And it's rolling. Okay. Let's fill these. The production gets rolling. I don't need coal. Alright. Those will start filling up. That's running. We'll have encased beams going. I should really unlock signs. The other thing I should do. So I can label these. That way I don't have to worry about remembering as much. Okay. So that should be good for right now. We'll have room. There's definitely capacity to add another 4 of those and another assembler. So if we need to up production on those, which I think we probably will need to, but for right now that'll work. So now we're down to the beautification process. Which is important, you know? It's very important. Can't have ugly factories. Grotesque. Slabs everywhere. Counterpoint. All your factories are ugly? Sounds like you need to do some work on them then. Doo-doot. Doo-doot. Mm-hmm. Okay. No. Stop pushing me. Stop. Ah, no. Have 3,000 hours into this game altogether, still have issues with making things look nice. Yeah, that's fair. Why won't this close, bro? Close. The car's not even that close. Is it because the car's facing the door? What if I... What is the detection radius on that door closing? There we go. That's going to be interesting how I end up incorporating that. Oh, I want that to be a double side. Can I upgrade that to a double side? No. Science, how's it going? So then you go to you. Can't find your 10 mil socket or your spare 10 mil socket. Nothing's worse. I will never forget. Never forget. I lent my father my socket set. And I expressed upon him, knowing his history with tools and things, that it must be cared for. I got it back with 2 sockets missing. He said, those weren't there when you gave it to me. Okay. 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 Have a 10 mil wrench just in case. It's really the way you gotta do it, you know? 10 mil 100 pack. He gets it. He gets it. How do you live, right? I don't know how... I don't know how people function like that. I would be lost. All of my tools outside of like a couple. I have like a couple screwdrivers, my socket set, like here in the apartment. The rest of them are all in my tool chest in storage. But there's not much that needs fixing on the regular in the apartment. And anything big that does, I call somebody and they fix it for me. Which is, I did not like it first, and now I'm like, oh, that's okay. Just put in a work order. It'll be fixed. Kinda turned out to be kinda nice. I'll figure out how I'm gonna do that. Spontaneously cracked? That's crazy. Yeah, I got little stuff to tweak, you know, like kitchen cabinet doors or sagging or things like that. Easy fixes with basic tools I'll do. Anything else I'm putting in a work order. We pay enough for this freaking place. They can do the work. Hammer? Nah. You just get a good pair of pliers. And then that covers the socket wrench, pliers, hammer, stud finder. You know? I still have a pair of stub nose pliers that were my great-grandfather's. They're solid steel. They're so burnished and old. I've put new handles on them like 6 times. If that's a service that they offer, then yeah, do it. You're pretty much paying them, so make them do work. Yeah, if you have lofted ceilings and you rent, yeah, no, call the landlord. Don't do that yourself. Forget that. Forget that. Why are you going that way? Huh? Hang on. Hold up. The one smoke detector your stepladder can't reach. Made the dealership fix it? Good. Good. Get an intern to do it? No, you know what? Let's do that. And then I'll put one of them on there. Boop, boop. There you go. Best thing they've added. I'm not even using them how you're supposed to, but because it just makes it dark in the middle, it just makes it look like they work. Fantastic. Hated the old ones. Okay. Wasn't there something else I needed to do? Oh, yeah. Oil. Kind of forgot. I kind of forgot. I'm almost out of concrete. How am I almost out of concrete? I also have so much more coal primed and ready. We may end up doing compacted coal here. That's what a lot of the other space is here for. I may end up doing some compacted coal here. Yeah, I'm almost out of concrete. Is there... I don't think I really have any excess concrete down there I can use. It's all being used. Well, steal some. Okay. I need... Can I do it in this corner? No, not really. Thank you for the lurk, Murph. Probably do it over here. Yeah, that'll be a good spot. Okay. That'll let me get up and down with greater ease. I should do a roof. Also, I wanna play with these the H-beams that I unlocked. Do that over here. Because we got some structure here. So that's a shelf beam. Snaps to other beams in various other structural buildings. How big is this? That's fairly small. And the H-beam. And then that's like the connector. Okay. What kind of use case can we have for this? Like, can I... Okay. So it's just a bigger version of those other beams you can unlock. Those steel beams. But these are big old H-beams. Oh, I can only go across walls. Alright. That makes sense, I guess. Alright, I need to go up and do the roof. Let me do that. Have no motivation? That's a whole mood. That is, as they say, a mood. Let's mix this one up a little bit. I don't have to go super tall. Maybe we'll do... a metal... Instead of doing glass roof on the corners, like I've done other places, we'll do a metal ring, and then we'll do glass in the middle. Is that a stroke? It really should work. Meh. You'll be fine. Have a great day, science. Good luck. Spence, what's going on? Too far.
I would like to see the baby.
Look at the baby. Look at the baby. Zoop. Thomas, what's going on? I'm doing alright. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Okay. That's the outer ring. Miss the baby. He's still here. Well, I think because my cam's not on, she's disinclined to be interested in what I'm doing. It's only right after Wifeboat gets home, and if Wifeboat ignores her, she comes over and complains to me. Other than that. Yeah. We'll have Cam will probably be on next week. Probably. Maybe. Possibly. Bloop. Bloop. I may end up changing this because of lights. But we'll see. Alright. The roof is on. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was the joke. You know? Oh, yeah, there's basically no streams next week. By the way. Totally remembered that. That's, kids are off pretty much all next week. So, no streams next week, because Christmas and all that, so. Alright. We still gotta enclose the backside of that building, which we can do real quick, but... I am, pleased with progress. So we need 100 motors, which should be done, and 100 encased beams, which are probably not done yet. But we're cranking away. Yeah. Yeah, like tomorrow, Wifeboat and I gotta go finalize our Christmas shopping for the kids, because... Yikes. Yikes. Have to be there for Christmas for you too. Listen. There is enough dad stuff going on next week that I don't need any added pressure from you lot. Okay. That's enclosed. Is that where the... No, it's over here. Maybe I'll move it over here.
Enchantment?
Enchantment.
Enchantment!
Hate the dead air when it stops. Yeah, I'm gonna buy the, I gotta buy the boombox. That's one of my favorite things, is the boombox. Okay. We got the roof on, we got that enclosed. The encased beams factory / steel beams factory is rolling. We got our car made and researched. I've got enough beams and I should have enough motors to get the first part of petroleum power done. So let's zip back over. Broop. What the... Thank you. 9 industrial bins feeding into quantum uploaders. Still not enough. More. More! Do you think we need one more? Alright, we'll get one more. I gotta finish the wall over there. I forgot. I gotta put a roof on this, although I may end up putting another floor on here. What did I come back here for? Oh yeah, motors. Motor. Those screws aren't done emptying yet? Good lord. Motors. Boom, boom. 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 Okay, so then we just need rubber and plastic, which will go pretty quickly, because we'll have, like, residuals and stuff like that once we get oil going, because that is going to be the next big thing, is freaking refineries, bro. We're going to need a lot of refineries. We're also going to need oil extractors. How many... Wait, can I scan for oil? Oh yeah, I can. How many are up in Texas? I don't remember. Several. At least 2. Normal, pure. Okay. So we'll need... Should we just do the normal nodes to begin with? Before we start getting crazy? Save the pure node? Save the pure node for our turbo fuel or whatever? That's probably a good plan. That's what I'm going to plan on doing. So, we'll need 2 extractors on the normal nodes, which will be 240. Whoops. And then I don't know what salt takes. It's fine. But we'll need 2 extractors, and then we'll feed them into refineries, and we'll start getting some stuff going. It's gonna be quick and dirty first, so that we can get the rubber and plastic done, and then we'll crank up some petroleum power. Because with all that stuff I just added, we are getting quite close to capacity. So we gotta pay attention to that. Gonna need to pay attention to that. Grab a couple more motors so I have them, and what time is it? Ugh. Mm-hmm. Close this in. Oh, I don't need that there because we've got those. Right. Okay. That's closed in. I always like having the terrain, like the plants and stuff, poking into the factory at different points. I don't know why. It's I guess it kind of reminds me of like old malls where they had, you know, little like quasi outdoor sections, faux outdoor sections set up here and there. Get you out of there. Close that. So the moisture can corrode the machinery. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Out of concrete. Oh my goodness. Let's fix that. Do-do-do-do. Da-dunk. Good Lord, that's still going. Is this even close to empty? No, because this one's feeding into it. That's so many screws. Oh, I don't need that man anymore. That chest I gotta empty too. How many tickets? I have 3 tickets. Oh, I'm about to get 4. Look out, world. Here we go. Is there even anything that I want to buy with 4? I don't even think there is. Alright. Leave that running. It'll take 6 years to empty out, but it'll get me another, probably 1 more ticket. Maybe I should change this ramp again. I think I'm going to. Can't find a good way to get this catwalk to work, but I think what I'm going to do is start. From here, maybe? Actually, I don't even need to have railings on that if I just do this. Of course that doesn't, but the ramp is even worse. Ah, that's why I can't put that there. Right. I knew that. I knew that. Oh, why? But why? Does the ramp work? Oh. Oh ho ho. But that won't work here. We gotta do stairs here. But the ramp do work up here. Okay. Sure, champ. Ish. Listen, it works-ish. Working-ish is what we do here. Take care, Bishop. Alright. That works. I'll take that out. Put that in. Okay. Alright. I am just about out of time, so I think that's a comfy spot to call it. I do want to move the space elevator. I did have room for all that cable. I'm going to break all this down. And we're going to redo the space elevator. Probably put it, like, right here. You know? Probably for the best. Okay. We made some good progress today, yo. You know? I'm really pleased. We got phase 2 completely done. We got our first milestone in phase 3 done. We're halfway to petroleum power. So Friday is my next stream here on this channel, and we will get oil extraction going. So that's the plan. No Flex Friday this week. I just want to keep playing this because it's fitting the vibe of what I need right now. So we're going to keep playing some Satisfactory for a little while. So more Satisfactory on Friday. And then, as I said, 95% sure there's going to be 0 streams next week. If there is one, it would be on Monday. But I doubt it. Because we got a lot of stuff to do, and there's a lot of family stuff going on next week. So, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, everybody. And have an even better Thursday. I will see you all bright and early Friday morning for more Satisfactory. So until then, as always, as ever, remember, be good to each other. Bye, everybody.